Not today, pal. Not today.
Me and my friend were having a very weird discussion about how many cars do you think are in America? I feel like how many cars total in the country? But let's say on the like are ready to be on the road, so they can't. It doesn't count if it's like a
It doesn't count if it's like parked or.
No. I mean, like, it doesn't count if it's like it's like garbage in
dealership?
a weird
Oh,
place
right,
somewhere. It's
right,
like
right.
ready
Working cars.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't know.
That's what the number could be. So
It could
I
be
didn't look it up on
anything.
purpose, but I was guessing like 300 million.
That's where my head went, but then I'm like, I think that's too little.
I think so too, because people like Jay Leno have 150 cars.
Right.
Seinfeld has like 150
Right.
cars. Can you guys Google that and see if there's an actual answer? How many cars are in America? Ooh, James! 284.5 million. 300, oh, pretty close. But I would have went over and lost the game. You can't go over.
That's impressive.
Including automobiles
My
and
instinct
trucks.
was 200, 300, but then I felt like it was going to be too low.
Well, you got to think of the cities where a lot of people don't have cars. They just use public transportation.
Right.
Right. And also when they say
Right.
there's 350 million people, a lot, up until 16 years old, none of them have
cars,
Cars
right.
because they're all
Right.
young. Yeah, but then you got these YouTube kids now who all have like 7 cars each. I mean, you're a 2-car family household,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Well, that's,
Two cars,
do
two
any of
people.
anybody out there have 2? Everybody's a 1 car.
One car.
I've
Just
got 2
one.
cars.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay. And how do you decide which one to drive?
Depends on which one's broken down or
Yeah,
not.
whatever one's working or not.
Oh, well, imagine you combined them both into one working car.
I know that's what I'm trying to do, but we'll see.
It's not working?
No.
What does
not
that mean?
working.
You have to sell them, right? Is that what that means?
Well, I don't really want to sell the one that I'm not driving right now because it's like a 4Runner, and I really like 4Runners.
You love it.
So I'm just gonna keep it until I make a bunch of money, and then I can fix it.
I love it. Great.
In other news, I think I've hit 40. Everyone knows I'm 40 years old. Yes, thank you. I think I'm done raising my hand. Period.
What?
I was at a thing the other day, and it was my first time at this place, and they're like, if it's your first time here, raise your hand. And I was like, no.
I get it.
I was good. Like, I'm like, I don't want to raise
Yeah,
my hand
I don't-
anymore.
yeah.
For anything.
Yeah.
Like, for
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
You know?
I get that. I support this.
Thank you.
I really do.
I'm done. I need to make a shirt.
I too am over raising my hand.
Thank you.
If I think back,
If
like
you're done
in the
raising your
past few
hand,
like dinner parties,
your hand.
yeah, the past few dinner parties I've been to, I used to always love like let's ask questions, and I've like let's ask everyone answer the same question. I used to be so into that, and not that I'm not. The mood has to be right, but now I'm finding myself at times being like, I don't want to participate.
Yeah. I'm okay with answering questions still. but
Yeah.
but I don't want to raising my
No,
just
meaning
like,
like
no, I'm
a
done.
big, just
Yeah,
like
yeah, no.
volunteer to like share your feelings.
Yeah,
I'm
of
not going to be
course.
raising my hand
Yeah,
first
no.
anymore.
You want to smoke a doobie and hang out in the bed, eat some chips.
That would be more ideal in those types of moments.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I get it. We're reverse evolving. You're turning into who I was when I was
That's
16, and
right.
I'm turning into who you were when you were 16.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I went to this thing that's like, it's supposed to be like a spiritual kind of one of these things. Like I don't want to say exactly what it is because it's very easy to figure out and I don't want to fucking insult these people. But it's like a yoga, but it's not yoga. It's a deeper and it's supposed to be more. And we talked about it on here. Like I did that breathwork class. And I was like, it was amazing. I felt
Yeah.
so like this thing. I was like, this is terrible.
Oh,
Like I was in,
no.
and when it's over, again, like the kind of raise your hand, everyone was sitting around and they're like, does anybody want to share their feelings?
Right.
And people were like, I astrally projected into this. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck
That's what
is
I'm
everyone
talking about,
about?
where I used to be like, I'll share.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't believe these people. Like people were like coughing the whole time. And there was like a bathroom in the room. So I could hear people like going to the bathroom and in there and this. And it was supposed to be like a quiet thing. And everyone's like coughing and moving. And in the beginning of the class, they're
And
like,
they're saying they're like moving their energy and
Yeah.
like purging and things.
and they say like, they were like, people worry about like moving or like being jittery. They're like, we encourage you to be jittery if you have to like move and this. So the whole time, like you're supposed to be laying there. It's like a meditation kind of thing. And it's like you hear people doing stuff. It was one of the worst,
Oh,
most horrible. And now there's too many people to fit even in the room. And I'm in the corner because I show up first because I was like, I need to scout this fucking place out.
Yeah.
And I get like a spot in the corner in the back. And I'm like, I can't leave. So I'm sitting there for 15 minutes while people are like, I felt like I was in a cocoon. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I felt like I was in a room with 30 people and it was fucking hot and disgusting. And I didn't like it at all. And these people are sharing the thing. And then, of course, you catch a case of the sillies, you know, where like someone said, because so here's what happened, right? There's a woman in there, and this is not funny. She talked about how she had, you know, when we were outside, she was talking about how she had some kind of illness or whatever, like with inside of her throat or chest or whatever. I don't want to be too specific, but it was like a cancer type of thing. And at the end of the class, she kind of was in like, she was coughing the whole time, but at the end she kind of had a fit where like she went to get up and leave, and the guy was like, "That's great what you're experiencing. That's your throat chakra opening up, and you're ready to tell the world what you're there." And I'm like, and I know that's not the case. I know she's a sick woman. But the other people in here didn't hear her talking about that, so they're like, "Wow, like yeah." And I just fucking now.
But maybe it is.
My face, no, because she was like shaking her head no and like trying to control herself. And I'm now at this point face down in the shirt, like turning beet red, trying not to laugh, while other people are like, "I saw my dead grandma."
No.
It was really rough. And then
was there anyone you were making eye contact with that was laughing as well?
I was with one of my friends, and we were with two people, and our friend had the experience that I had, but the other friend did not. She was very into it, so she's kind of like throwing us dirty looks, like, "Hey, you guys need to calm down." And we're both like, I'm digging my nail into my arm while someone's like, you know, they're like, "I spoke to God."
That's so rude.
I'm like, I can't. It was. But what happened was when you got in the room, it was a very hippie thing. So they're not like, oh, air conditioning. They had the air conditioning off. It was so hot in this room. And then when I started to laugh, Jamie, when I tell you I'm walking out of this room soaking wet, and people are like, "Man, that was so fantastic." And I'm like, this was one of the worst experiences I've ever had.
Oh, no.
So now I understand because when I was 16, 17, anything I would hear people doing like this, I'm like, these fucking weirdos and this. But like I try, and now when I'm like, oh, like a breathwork class, I'll try and get in there. And I had the breathwork class, I thought it was so good that I'm like, let me branch out. Like now Robbie branch out, but I'm not a branch out guy. I should stay home, gamble on sports.
And meditate.
Yeah, but
That's your
but I
boundaries.
thought I could branch out, and
I'm proud of you for trying.
Thank you.
Not for you.
Yeah, no, I would.
Especially in Austin. There are a lot of that. There's a lot of that here.
Yeah, and it just felt, again, I don't want to get too into it because it's very easy to figure out where I was, but it felt like my kind of radar was like, this feels real, like you don't even want to be here. Like the guy who was like running it. I don't want to get too specific, but I'm like, I'm sniffing out that like he's talking about stuff. And I'm like, I think this guy's acting. You know when you like sniff out acting?
Performative, yeah.
And I'm like this. But when I did that breathwork thing, no acting.
Right.
Like she was like, oh, I had a rough day. Like let's all try and get. And I'm like, oh, she seems like a real person.
Yeah.
Where this other thing, I was like, these are not real people.
Wow. Well,
anyway.
they were buying it. Sounds like it.
Again, I don't want to get too specific. Well, everyone's looking for something.
Rob, did I tell you about the yoga thing I went to that kind of reminded me of you because I thought you'd hate it?
No.
So I used to go to this yoga place, and I liked it a lot, and went in there one day, and the instructor was different. And then we get going with it. It turns out it was her birthday, and she invited a bunch of friends and family to it. Throughout the whole thing, she's playing songs that are like pop songs that have lyrics and stuff while we're trying to do yoga. And then in the middle of it, she stops and has us do a dance break. And then at the end of it, she pulls out a guitar and starts playing Neil Young's Heart of Gold. And like does like a mini concert for us.
Did you think you were being pranked?
I didn't know.
Bit?
I never went back. But
wow.
I didn't know.
How much we got to pay for the footage of your dance break?
I don't think they record inside the studio.
The dance break would be my key to leave. I would walk right out the fucking door.
I was so not feeling it.
What did you do? Did you just kind of like sidestep it?
Yeah, move back and forth a little while everyone is like bouncing around and having a great time. I know.
Oh, wow.
You would have loved it.
That's
wow.
Yeah, that sounds actually the worst. So I saw some bad butt implants recently.
Aye.
And
Where?
it makes you just go
like in person?
I forget if I was watching something or what, but then it made me go like, well, what else can I like? How bad are they? So we got a couple that I want to show you, and I want you to give your
Can't
critiques
believe
on.
anybody would want to do that.
So this woman had bad butt implants, and then the implant moved and or popped. I forget.
Well, the one on the left it's popped.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What the heck?
This is what's going on out here, Jamie. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's like, "Oh, plastic surgery, you should get this." It's like, you sure this is what you?
Wow, that's gross.
Crazy. That looks like a I don't even. It reminds me of like Peppa Pig for some reason, but I don't
yeah, it
even
looks like
know.
a flat pig nose.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That's gross.
Could you imagine?
No,
How do you even? I mean, I guess sitting might be actually kind of nice with that, right?
I don't think so. I feel like that would be uncomfortable.
Yeah, you'd really have to. You'd have to pick one spot and really stay
have to,
there.
like,
there's no
really-
moving
yeah,
around.
no.
There's no adjusting in your seat.
Whoa.
Yeah. Can we go to the next one? This poor woman looks like
She looks like she's pregnant in her butt.
maybe that's what she asked for. Maybe she went in and she's like, I'm kind of going for this pregnant in my butt look.
That's
and the
what it
doctor was
looks
like,
like,
I could
doesn't
help you
it?
with that. What it looks like to me is like a Dr. Seuss character.
Yeah.
For some reason, like she has the shape of a Dr. Seuss character.
Like there's a face at the bottom too.
Yeah.
There's two of her.
She eats out of both. Yeah. But here's what I don't understand is like when you go get a surgery like this, like again, I know I'm way more paranoid and overthinker than the most people. But do you think some people go in like even a haircut? I'm like, I got to make sure the reviews are at least like, do you think some people just go in fully blind of like, I want a butt implant and just like open the door, go in, don't ask any questions?
Yeah, I mean, you hear people that like just find people that say they will give them deals and do it cheap, or they'll do it in their apartment or in their own apartment, and people like die.
Could you imagine someone doing butt implants out of their apartment?
Wasn't there a guy recently that was like arrested for doing illegal surgeries in his apartment? I think in New York, plastic surgeon. I don't know, like.
Really?
Oh yeah, people die during these types of surgeries a lot.
Well, when I looked up bad butt implants, a lot of them were like infected, and it looks like they had 2 little bombs go off in their butt cheeks.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it looks like something from like Mario Brothers. Woman charged for performing illegal medical procedures. Man allegedly ran a illegal plastic surgery clinic out of NYC.
Yeah, a month ago.
Oh, come on, Felipe.
Felipe.
Arrested last Friday. Can you click on it? He was arrested at JFK Airport.
That they saw women coming and going from this residential apartment, even though the man who was renting it hadn't been living here very long. And now their worst fears are realized as police say a woman is on life support after she suffered a botched surgical procedure. These are pictures of what police say is an illegal, unlicensed surgery center. A bogus doctor, they say, doing procedures and injecting Botox and fillers here on unsuspecting patients. The man allegedly running it was 38-year-old
It would have been funny if he had like Chinese food containers in the fridge next to
arrested
the
last Friday at
Botox.
JFK Airport and charged with felony assault and unlicensed practice of a profession. This after his 31-year-old victim was injected with a likely lethal dose of lidocaine.
Scary that women are going to that extent to, I guess, just preserve.
Oh,
beauty
blame the women, huh?
The charges
That was a little
against the fake
curveball I
physician
didn't
alleged
see.
he was removing a woman's butt implants and injected her with a numbing agent that sent her into cardiac arrest. Prosecutors say she's now intubated, has no brain activity.
Hold on,
and is
can you
likely
stop
to
this?
die.
Here's what's insane. You go and get butt implants that are bad, so you want them removed. You think you'd learn your lesson. I got to go someone who's not in a fucking house in Queens. Holy shit. Yo, people are so... Wow. People are so fucking insane. I mean, I can't... It's.
So
I
bad.
won't even go into a restaurant if I don't look at 20 reviews.
Right.
And
Yeah.
people are like, how do I get this stuff shoved into my butt? Like my butt inside, like cut me open. Yo, people are so, I mean, holy cow.
Some of the regular doctors in New York are kind of sketchy too. I don't know.
Oh,
if you've
yeah.
ever
Well,
been
there's
to
so
some,
many of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got fucking the best in the world and the absolute worst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went to one of those once.
Oh, for what?
I think I had strep throat maybe, but so there were just like stacks of papers all over, and it was a real small office, and they were like falling over. She was looking into my throat with her phone flashlight.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a cool move. Yeah,
Yeah.
Dr. Jamie. I feel like I would trust you over people
Would
who are
you?
hearing
With
about it.
in these glasses, you would.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing. It's the glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah.
Starting a new podcast was stressful. Agendas, setup, filming, it was overwhelming, and the to-do list just kept growing. That's why having the right partner makes all the difference. For millions of businesses, that partner is Shopify. We use Shopify for our merch on the YMH store website, and they've made everything so seamless for us. Shopify powers millions of businesses worldwide and 10% of all U.S. e-commerce, from big names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. With hundreds of ready-to-use templates, Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store that matches your brand style. Its AI tools speed up content creation by writing product descriptions, headlines, and even enhancing photos. And Shopify is your expert for everything from inventory to shipping and returns. If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. Turn your big business idea into with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/nottoday. Go to shopify.com/nottoday, shopify.com/nottoday.
Cash App makes money moves simple. It's fast, secure, and more personalized than other apps. No hassle, no stress. You'll get all the tools you need, plus smart security features that warn you about sketchy activity before you send. It's like a bodyguard for your cash. You can even spice up your payments with custom text stamps and backgrounds. Because why should paying your friends for brunch be so boring? If, for whatever insane reason, you don't already have Cash App, just download it from your phone's app store. Sign up, enter our code NOTTODAY in your profile, send $5 to a friend, and you'll get $10 just for getting started. For a limited time only, new Cash App users can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash. For real. There's no catch. Just download Cash App and sign up. Use our exclusive referral code NOTTODAY in your profile. Send $5 to a friend within 14 days and you'll get $10 dropped right in your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App. We had a little pool party at your house, and then you talked about how a movie made you horny.
Yeah.
You were talking about for Cutter. You were like, yeah, a movie got me. And here, listen. I know a lot of the times you feel like I blame you when I say like, oh, you and Cutter, you don't have sex with Cutter, and or like, you know, you and Cutter don't have sex, or you know, when I say you never have sex, and you're like, I don't like that you say you don't. We never have sex. We do have sex. Blah blah. You made me realize maybe it's Cutter to blame.
Why?
You got to put some blame on Cutter because here's, as an investigator, you just revealed to him what made you horny. He's got to go back and watch that movie and take notes and go.
No, I think it was just because it was a movie about sex.
But that's what I'm saying. So he's got to throw
he
certain
knew what
things
he was
around.
doing. But he knew what he was doing putting it on.
What was the movie?
Honora.
And that's the one that like
The
best
Oscar.
Oscar.
Yeah. He knew.
But that's what I'm saying. You got to take these notes. You know what I mean? I feel like this is according to him. He'd probably say how many times a year do you actually get horny? According to Cutter, what do you think? What would the answer
Me?
be? Yeah.
I do.
Okay. All
But
right. See,
again,
I sense the pushback.
But
We'll
not.
go to
But
somewhere else.
listen,
Let's talk with us.
it's. I'm learning more and more. I get horny the very normal amount of
For sure.
44-year-old woman
Absolutely.
that has two young children,
Absolutely.
that's been with somebody for 15 years. Like, I'm not going to feel bad about it. I think I get horny a great amount.
Yeah. Okay.
That will now be a clip on that board. I know it.
Yeah, I get horny a great amount. Yep, put that on. There hasn't been an addition on here in a while, but Jamie just made me realize. Let's throw that on there. Okay. Yeah. All right. Have you had other movies before where you go, oh, this is getting me?
I honestly haven't watched a movie in a while.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to put the blame on Cutter, and then you got mad at that.
Yeah.
There's just no blame. I can't throw any blame around.
But I mean, of course, yes. If I am not a porn person. However, if I just see people like having passionate sex or even a passionate kiss, like, yeah, and I'm laying in bed next to Cutter, yeah.
But you also said so you see a passionate kid, it makes you horny, but you don't like to kiss.
I don't like to make out all the time. I don't. It's just not, it's like, to me, like, it's just, there's a time and place for it, but it's not every time.
Maybe Cutter should take you to like a swingers club, but a swingers club where like you're in a room with one-way glass, so only you could see what's going on in there, and that'll get you all horny.
I mean, we don't have to go we don't have to leave the bed. We don't have to go that far.
Just throw on another movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
What won the Oscar in
if we were in
2023?
Paris and, that club exists, I might walk in.
Oh, okay. We're walking into swingers clubs now. But you
only
need,
live once.
You need the wall in between.
I would like that. Oh, yeah. I don't know. For some reason, when you're just like away from home, like overseas, it's like you're just like you're like a different person.
100%.
So that's why I feel like if I was in Europe, I'd probably be down.
Wow. Okay, Cutter, you're hearing this, Cutter. We're yeah. Jamie's only
dropping little hints.
Jamie's horny in Europe. How do we have a memory lane?
Is this Daredevil?
Very good, Jamie. Yeah, this is me.
Wow,
and
look
Daredevil.
at you, Rob. You look great.
Yeah.
Wait,
thank you.
so when did you shoot this? After what, season 3?
I would say I was 16, maybe 2001. Would that be right? 2002? Maybe I'm a little older. 2002 or 2003?
2003, but we probably shot in 2002, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, only time in my life I wore a cut-off sleeve shirt, unless I did it on Sopranos also, but that's not my thing. But you know what's interesting that somebody revealed to me recently with this? So I think another Daredevil movie just came out recently, and Michael Gandolfini played that part.
Stop it.
That's what I was told. I don't know if it's true or not.
Like he plays literally the same character?
That's what I was told. I'm sure he did a much better job than I did. Chad, is that true?
He was in the show. Cougar says it's not the same character, but he's in it.
Oh, okay.
But plays like a unfavorable character, right? Ish, yeah. Which I guess could be similar. They are both of Tony Soprano's sons have crossed paths with.
Oh, we both have problems with Daredevil. Huh.
My brother texted me how amazing Michael is in the show.
Really?
I haven't seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a really good actor. He's a very, very good actor. All right, I have another idea for us.
Oh.
So, do you remember when for Spotify they were like, you need to make an ad for your show? And we sat here and we did like, I'm Jamie-Lynn. So I was thinking the next one we could do for them is like, we do something like, hey, it's all about Jamie-Lynn. Like, because they're like, why should people listen to your podcast? And it's like, well, you should listen to our podcast because between the two of us, here's a list of our accomplishments. But then we do like, I starred in a hit show on Broadway. I had a hit album, but we just do all of your stuff. And then you're like, hey, that's all my stuff. And I'm like, well, we're a team. I think that's
see what
our
you're
it.
saying. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll be
Although
like,
I do feel like, now with bad thoughts and
is
things
true.
like that, you've got some
things like that.
You've got some
meaning
things to
only-
be proud
only
of.
that.
No.
Yeah, just one new thing. But so if we were going to do that, what do you think a list of your accomplishments? So you appeared on Broadway.
Ever?
If we're gonna do top 5, like, hey, you should listen to my podcast because I was a Broadway actor.
Yeah.
Appeared on
Many TV shows.
I've appeared on many TV shows.
Mother.
Well, no, it has. Okay,
Has
I
to be
have
career.
have two beautiful children. It has to
Yeah.
be like here are our combined
I have 2
accomplishments.
podcasts.
Multiple, but again, this has to be something that it could sound like both of us, but then you realize, hey,
multiple podcasts. Well, no, but that could be you too.
no, that can't be. I've had
had?
multiple podcasts. Yes, have had much podcast experience.
I see what you're saying, but saying parent will be clearly not you.
If you say like a mother, then it's like, oh, that's just Jamie.
Made an album, sang the national anthem at many sporting events.
Yes, we've sang the national anthem. We've sang
Many
the national
sporting
anthem.
events.
I'm proud of us for that. That's good for us. What else have we done?
Celebrity game show contestant.
We are celebrity game show contestants. Yeah,
Winning
this is
celebrity
great.
game show contestant.
Yeah, well, I can't say that.
Oh.
But you can. Yeah, yes, we've won celebrity game shows. And then you just go, "Hey, that's all me." And I go, "Well,
Yeah.
we're a team."
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's the next
Great.
That's the next
That's the next
Spotify.
ad?
That's
Wow.
the next Spotify. Something I wanted to ask you is, how did you acquire all the books in your home? Because we were recently at your house and I was looking around and I'm like, because I know you read.
Like the coffee table books?
Yeah.
Those have been gifted over time because it's like when you move it, I've moved into many new homes over the years. And a lot of the time when somebody gets you a gift for your new home, they'll get, like, at least for me, I've had a lot of people get me coffee table books. So I would say 75% of them have been literally collected as gifts from people. And then I bought some like on a trip. Like I bought one when we went to Paris. I bought one in Israel. I bought one in Spain.
Because some of them look like House Decorator Digest Weekly, like what you should put in your, like
Yes.
a Chanel book.
Yes,
Like,
and then some of them are like, decorative. Have I like looked through all of them? No.
okay, because that's the thing.
They're
As
they're
a guy,
decor.
I've never had a book in my house that I was like, oh, I've never even looked through that. But
Right.
that's a thing sophisticated decorators do.
I guess
you are.
I like it.
So
I
you
just
have
know
books,
what I like.
You have books up on a shelf, but that's interesting because you don't feel like it's kind of like the imposter syndrome, like a fraud. If it's like, I got this book up there and it's like you've never even looked through it. That's kind of crazy.
No, I mean, I'm sure I've like looked through it, but sat and read it. No, I much would rather read like a book than like go through a coffee table book if I have the time to sit down with a book in my hands.
If I was about to buy a new home for the first time and you were like, I'm going to gift Rob a decorative book, what would you get me? Or is there one that you recommend to people being like, this is the best book to decorate your house?
There's like Vanity Fair, 100 years, like Vanity Fair, and it's like all their photo shoots they've had over 100 years.
Are we in that one?
Yeah, I think we are.
Just a little humble
I think
brag.
that's like a super cool book to get. I don't know. There's like a lot of I would get one like pertaining to your interests. I might get one about poker.
Yes,
You know, I might get one like, I don't know, what else do you like? Meditating.
Oh, meditating. That's good.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would get
Sports.
it.
You get like a little
now
Michael
I know
Jordan.
what I'm going to get you.
No, I don't want.
Christmas.
It's
Maybe
it's too
sports
much.
betting.
I not until
It's
I have
too
a
many
house.
things.
When I have a
Okay.
house, yes.
Okay.
I cannot put more things in my
I
apartment.
cannot wait to design your house.
I'm maxed out. Would you?
100%.
Oh, you want to design my
I
house?
would love to.
But do you? I remember because I remember your first house. You had someone design, but now you're at the point where you design your own.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I still get help with certain things, but I know what I like, and I'm happy to go pick it out.
I remember the first time I stepped into a house that you owned. I was like, oh, I love your house because you feel like you can like lay down anywhere. And you
Yeah.
were like the directions I gave the person who made my decorated my
decorate
house,
the house, yeah.
was I wanted to seem like you could put your feet up anywhere.
Exactly. Yep.
And
And
it
that's
was-
been my direction always.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Good.
so good. Yeah,
Good.
but
What's
that
a
would,
home for then?
that would be my same. Well, for fake books and to put your feet up.
Yeah. Listen, it's all about balance.
Yeah.
Relax in front of my fake books.
What do you think? What do you think about people who bring their infants to sporting events?
I don't get it. I don't get it. It upsets me. There's so many germs. It's so loud. It's so much energy. Go home.
Yes.
I don't like it.
And
I
what do you-
really don't like it.
What do you believe the age is where you should start bringing
Like
kids?
3.
I think when they can communicate to let you know, hey, I don't like
Maybe
this.
a baseball game when they're like 2 because it's open air. I mean, look, Bo grew up at a baseball field, so I should be
A
talking.
little hypocrite.
But I didn't have him as like an infant there.
Did you
Do
ever
know
have
what I
the
mean?
big headphones on them?
No, we would stay in. Well, when Cutter played, we had like a suite for the wives and the girlfriends. So we would stay
Right.
inside and look out the glass.
Yeah.
But like a baby, like when we have the big headphones, no, I can't.
We just had NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, and you see people in the crowd who have like holding a baby with the headphones on.
It's
I'm
the
like,
craziest shit in
can
the
you
world
just
to me.
And I'm not a parent, so like I very rarely step into like the what you should and shouldn't do with
Yeah.
your children. But like that, I had to yell at your kid last weekend. I had to yell at Jack.
Yeah.
I didn't yell at him.
no,
But, I had to
you
put
were
my
like,
foot down a little. I was
Listen.
like, hey, somebody told you something 10 times, you're not listening, so now
Yeah.
I got to step in.
I
and
appreciated
I was
it.
like, I'll take your
And
shit
what did
away.
he do? He was
stopped.
like-
Yeah, because he knows I'll follow through 100%. I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
I take his shit and I throw it off I was going to throw it off the balcony. He had a water gun, he was squirting it, and everyone was like, stop. And then after, like, he wouldn't stop, I was like, hey, if you do it one more time, I'm taking it, I'm throwing it off the balcony.
Yep.
And that was it.
And he did. He knew. He read
Yeah.
the vibe.
Yeah,
He-
you guys,
he knew.
you and Cutter, you're too nice. You're
I
good. You're
guess.
good humans.
I
You gotta
guess.
be like me. You
Oh,
know?
man.
You just put that. I was talking to my dad about how, like, I was like, you somehow had a vibe that never made me ask you something twice.
Wow.
Ever. Like,
Yeah.
he'd be like, it's time to go to bed. I'd be like, I don't want to go to bed. And it was just a look, and you're like, I'm going to bed. Like, that was it. It was, and all of my
Another
brothers,
thing you need
sister,
to teach people.
it's just
Another thing.
That was the vibe where you were like, okay, like, I don't want to see what happens next. But, like, he didn't even have to,
Yeah.
He would just be on the recliner with the Budweiser.
Not even flinch.
Yeah, and he'd just look at you and you go, okay, sorry. Like, oh,
I
sorry
do not
for
possess that.
Sorry for having a reaction, It's
yeah.
like I apologize. Do you remember the first movie you ever hated growing up? Like, I just remember kind of anything they showed me, you were like, okay, I'll just watch this.
Yeah, The Exorcist, because it scared me so bad.
Oh.
It was so scary. I watched it with my brothers, and I was so upset about it.
You remember how old you were?
7, 8.
And were they scared too, or were they like, we're going to scare Jamie?
Oh, when I told them like a certain face that she made me nervous. Like anytime I would look at them, they'd be like making the face. So yeah, they fucked with me.
Yeah.
They were so mean. I was so upset. I had nightmares for weeks about it. So I guess that was the first movie I hated because it scared me.
Did they show it to you, or were your parents there too?
They were watching it, and I just wanted to be with them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
So I was like, oh, I can handle it.
I remember I must have been, I don't know how old I was. I think I looked it up actually. Yeah. I think it was like around 9 or 10. And there was a movie called North with Elijah Wood. Mm-hmm. And, it's this movie. And as a kid, you really like it. It's like all this like funny stuff. And then at the end, it turns out he was dreaming the whole time. Spoiler alert. Turns out he was dreaming the whole time. And I was so fucking mad.
Oh.
I was mad at my fucking I think my aunt brought me to the movies, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, that whole thing didn't happen. Not
It made
understanding.
you so sad.
Yeah, not understanding that like none of these movies actually happen. It doesn't matter that he was dreaming at the end.
That's such an innocent little reaction.
And I was so mad. I was like, that was a waste of time. I don't want to. I was really angry. Yeah. 'cause
Wow.
You follow
well,
this.
your like concept of reality at that moment got shattered.
Yeah.
You thought movies were real.
Right. And in the beginning, yeah, that's right. That was a shift in my life. Yeah. Next week I
Wow.
started smoking.
Seismic
It makes
shift,
sense.
yeah.
Because he goes into a store and he's talking about stuff and he's like, I don't remember exactly, but it's something along the lines of like, I wish I had a different family or whatever. And then he lays in like a recliner. And then you see all this crazy stuff, and he's like a rich kid in Texas, and all this like nutty stuff goes on. And at the end, he like wakes up, and I think he still has the same family or whatever, but he just like leaves the mall. And I was like, this fucking piece of shit
that
movie.
actually is a shitty ending, though.
I remember being like mad. Like I
Yeah.
remember like for weeks, I was like, I don't want to watch a movie.
That's how people feel about the ending of Sopranos.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, full circle.
Yeah.
Wow. Now I totally understand.
Yeah.
I used to kind of blow people off when they said they didn't like the ending of Sopranos.
Now you get it.
Now I get it.
All that time they invested, too.
Wow. Yeah. I'm going to be full.
You're going
But
to show up to the support groups and
but-
honor their struggle.
but also most of the guys who didn't like the ending were 50. So like if your reality is being you know what I mean? Like you got to kind of know by 50 we're watching
Well,
the show.
it's
I
not
was
the
9.
same. It's not the same like thing that happened to you with not liking the ending, but your feeling about not liking an ending is the same.
I want to apologize to anyone who ever didn't like the ending.
Wow.
Yeah, because
yeah.
I didn't like North. And that's the same. Okay, it's been a while that we've had this here. We have
Okay.
an email. Wait, I'll let you choose. You want to do email or we have voicemail? You feel like reading or you want to listen?
I want to listen.
Yeah, I thought so. All right, we got a
Only because I don't have my reading glasses. I have my seeing glasses, not my reading glasses.
Hey, I was just curious. What's like a good dick size?
Like
I'll let you.
soft or hard?
I don't think anyone cares about soft, right? Does anyone
know.
like what's a good soft dick?
I don't know. I've never like measured. I don't know.
Okay. Well, here we'll do a thing where maybe do you have a measuring tape? Because what we could do is get your. What we'll do is we'll get Jamie's answer, but then we'll show you the measuring tape. So
Tanner's on it.
Without seeing a measuring tape, if
Okay.
you just had to throw a number out there, you say, "Hey, what's a good size?"
6 inches.
Okay, and now we're gonna get the tape.
He's on it.
By the way, I think you just made more fans by not saying something like 8 or 9. You know what I mean? I think guys would have been like,
I'm
"Fuck her."
thinking that 6 is a good size.
We're about to
but
show
let me
you.
see.
Here we go. Show her 6. Go ahead.
I don't have 6.
Hold on. You know what? Wait. Why isn't this working? I'll let you do it because I don't want to be in. I don't want to be in the clip holding it and showing you. I think it's weird. So go ahead. I'll let you.
Oh no, that's too small.
That you just
Right?
lost. You just
No.
lost every guy in America,
Just this?
guys.
Oh, that's fine. I guess I would say 7.
What a shame.
If
Well-
you're really asking me specifically for number 6 is fine, but I'd prefer 7.
This is episode 99. I thought it was a guarantee we make it to 100, but
Oh,
I
wow,
think-
I've
I
lost
think-
everyone.
I think we're done. Oh wait, hold on. Wait, I got something for you. Oh come on, find it. Oh man. I'm gonna guess you lost about 10,000 followers on Instagram today, unless you don't want us to make this a clip, because you're gonna lose all.
I mean, I kind of don't want it to be a clip because my
Okay.
son told me today that his friends on his baseball team look up the clip. So maybe not.
Okay, yeah, because none of them are packing 7. I don't think yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, so you would let down a whole fucking
I
team,
would.
a whole league. Okay. So yeah, that won't be a clip. We'll just have
Okay.
that. We'll just have that at the end of the pod.
Okay.
Very few people probably make it this far,
Right,
so don't
that's
worry.
right. That's
Yeah.
That makes me feel better.
Yeah. So what did your son say?
He was just like, oh, my friends tell me that they look up because today he said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to do my podcast with Rob. He said, oh, my friends told me that they look up the videos of you doing that with Rob. And I was like, do they watch it? And he's like, yeah, they said you guys are very funny and sometimes inappropriate. And I said, sounds like they watch the pod.
Yeah.
I hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with it.
I hope they think we're funny, but
I think most adults would go the other way. I say sometimes funny, always
always
inappropriate.
yeah. Yeah. Well, that's from an 11-year-old perspective.
Right. Well, there was also your son said that some of his friends for the first time are starting to reveal they have a crush on you.
Yeah.
On his mom.
Yeah.
And I told him that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You
Well,
gotta-
he told you that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
told
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
That they're starting to reveal that. Then that's what they're watching this.
Yeah. And
And
then
they're
Cutter
developing
played
little
him
crushes.
Stacy's mom because he was like, this is a thing that happens. Listen, there's a song about it.
Totally. Wow.
Yeah.
That who wrote Stacy's mom? Good on them for getting kids
Stacey.
through.
Fountains of Wayne.
Fountains of Wayne.
Fountains
Look
of
at
Wayne.
Chad for
Shout
not
out
looking
Fountains
at
of
us. Student
Wayne.
body press. Shout
I
out.
think they also wrote the theme song to That Thing You Do.
Fountains of Wayne.
Oh well, then I totally should have
has
known.
range.
What the hell? Yeah, I did that.
That thing
doesn't-
you do.
I don't know that thing you do.
Remember the movie with Tom Hanks?
No.
That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever that was, I was probably still cool when that came out.
Yep.
You know? Yeah. What year was that?
Smoking weed on a bench.
Yeah, that looks familiar.
96.
96. Oh hell no. Yeah, I was doing exactly. Jamie, by the way, we talk about what should your book be called? My book should be called Smoking Weed on a Bench.
Great title.
From the time I was 12 until I was you found me most of the time smoking weed on a bench.
Wow.
Hanging out. Which by the way, just give me some
Look
weed.
at us.
We're on a bench or give me some weed and I've never left. All right, we will see you all next week.